All right, very exciting, very exciting. What are we looking at here? Of course, parabit gammas hashing at better than 1 terahash per second. We'll just wait for the screens to give a report. We're just hashing the public pool 1118, 1134. So these are putting out the expected factory settings. It's not overclocked or overcooled. um, Start 9 server, 4 terabyte SSD. Can't really see it in the dark. Raspberry Pi, TP-Link router. Network switch. So I'm so excited. Right. What I have here is a laptop running Mint, and I use this to do the SSH work over the Wi-Fi network. So this Raspberry Pi, it's just in a nice case, but it's just a Raspberry Pi. It's running something called Torbox, which hopefully is not like a FBI honeypot, but anyway, it's on GitHub, torbox.ch, and it's a Tor gateway that I had a little difficulty with the Ethernet, but it puts out a wireless network that's private. It puts out a private wireless network that only connects over Tor. So that's the way that I have these miners connected, because of course they only work over Wi-Fi, and I decided not to connect the miners just to my Wi-Fi directly. So I've run a 100-foot cable to the switch, and then the switch is relaying a connection to the Tor box, which is making a Wi-Fi signal that the miners are working on, which I'm managing with a spare laptop running Mint. So that's pretty cool. So the laptop obviously is connected to Tor by default because it connects to the Tor box wireless network. And so that's what all this is about. And then in general here, we just have the ordinary stuff. Again, a 4 terabyte SSD. So that's my pride and this is all my pride and joy right now. Lenovo computer, and let's try and get a good angle here on this. Just slap that shut. Let's see. Hopefully you can see Bitcoin nuts. So I've been gone for 3 weeks. I came home today. I have Start 9 server running on the system over here with the SSD, pointing at the SSD, and then I put Bitcoin nuts on it. So the next things I need to cross off the list are to finish the node server so that it can be used for a private wallet in a fully private manner, and also, of course, all the rage right now is, of course, getting block templates from your own node and serving your own miners with your own block templates So yeah, what I have done here is I've gone through the config in Bitcoin Knots following um, Satoshi 21, who was referred to by Matt Cratter, of course. And you should go through, you should watch Satoshi 21's video on this stuff. It was really cool. So I've done all that, restarted the node. So I have Bitcoin Knots running. Now, from Marketplace Community Registry, I'm going to change that back to the Start9 registry. And Mr. Paul Lamb says I want to go and get Core Lightning next, but I'm a pretty old school guy, and I think the next thing I want is actually electrs, Electrum Rust server, which indexes the blockchain. Let's see, what does it say? Description. An efficient, really implementation of Electrum server. Enable a user to self-host an Electrum server with required hardware resources not much beyond those of a full node. The server indexes the entire Bitcoin blockchain, and the resulting index enables fast queries for any given user wallet, allowing the user to keep real-time track of balances using the Electrum wallet, and also, as we know, Sparrow. So it just makes the syncing process between the wallet and the blockchain much faster, and you get that nice sweet little blue light in Sparrow. It says Bitcoin Core is required, and of course I didn't put Bitcoin Core on this system, but I can see the AI, Google AI, seems to think that it's going to work, so I'm going to send it. It advises you to check your RAM, which I've done. I got this far, so now I'm just going to hit send. Okay, view installed. Alright. Needs configuration, dependencies, satisfy, Bitcoin Knots, instructions. Alright, so we'll pop open this configuration. Electrs has been automatically configured with recommended defaults. Okay, so that's cool. We're going to go with that. And instructions. When you first start Electrs, it'll start building the indexes it needs in order to serve transactions to the wallets that subscribe to it, such as Sparrow. Electrs will not be usable until after this completes. On StartOS, this shouldn't take more than about a day. Once it's synced, it will start listening. That sounds great. Alright, okay. Requires a fully synced archival Bitcoin Core node. Done, done, done. So we're going to start it for the first time. Continue. And now I can see it says it's starting the RPC interface and it's starting the sync status. So this is all quite exciting for me as a Windows user. Previously a Windows user. I have another Bitcoin node on one of these 2 terabyte SSDs. And boy did I try to put electors on it. And I just couldn't get it. And then I was like, okay, I understand what I need to do. I need to switch to Linux. And then I tried putting, I was going to follow Payment 402's tutorials. He's got some great tutorials, but they're old news now. That's just the way the world works. Those tutorials were really good. The channel is called 402 Payment Required. It's ancient history now. So too bad, but really cool stuff. But I wanted to, he's got command line instructions for building Bitcoin Core in Ubuntu, and then putting electors on your node, and I was just like clicky, and Start9. So it's that easy. I'm super pumped. This is going to take a day. Once I have the electors synced, then I'll put mempool on there. I'll put lightning core on there, and I think that's mostly going to be the software suite for basic node maintenance. And then it's time to get serious about the datum gateway